The silhouette's burning, embers rising high, like a chemical fire. The flame won't die. Intertwine, darling, you and I. Barely scratching the surface. This obsession of mine is fueling the furnace. I'm up all night and we're intertwined. Darling, you and I. And my heart beats cold under your control. Just let it force and go. Did I lose my mind in your mercury eyes? Am I going blind? Beats cold under your control. Just a false echo. I'm a ghost. Did I lose my mind in your mercury eyes? Am I going blind? You're the reason why. And my heart beats cold under your control. Just a false echo. Did I lose my mind in your mercury eyes? Am I going blind? You're the reason why. The silhouette's burning, embers rising high, like a chemical fire. The flame won't die. Intertwine, darling, you and I. And my heart beats cold under your control. Just let it force and go. Did I lose my mind in your mercury eyes? Am I going blind? You're the reason why. Barely scratching the surface. This obsession of mine is fueling the furnace. I'm up all night and we're intertwined. Darling, you and I. And my heart beats cold under your control. Just let it
You're listening to Fillet O Friday here on Sun4U Radio with me, your host Jin, and
Joy. Hello, everybody.
now in a world where big headlines and big personalities dominate the mainstream media, many stories often go unnoticed. Welcome to Unscripted Threads, where we sit down and talk to real people and listen to their stories. No scripts, no spotlights, just voices that matter. Now, due to popular demand from listeners and radio team members alike, we had no choice but to bring back Josh today as our first guest on Unscripted Threads. So, welcome back, Josh. How have you been this past week?
Oh, I'm doing amazing. Thank you for the invitation, Jin and Joy. I'm happy to be back.
Hello, Josh. Did you drive here today again?
Yeah, actually I drove very fast.
Like from Ampang again?
No, I drove from Bangsa South.
Bangsa South, and you parked around here, yeah?
Yeah, I just double parked one of someone's car, so it's okay.
So Josh, since last week has coming onto Sun4U changed your life in any way?
Yeah, it changed my life. I could really reflect on my emotions and my emotional stability, and it really helped me a lot.
Wow, I mean, okay, I'm happy, but I felt like we were just talking about you. Well, okay, but sure.
No, but the time with you guys made me reflect.
Oh,
I'm
so
really
Wow.
happy.
kind, Josh.
Yeah.
Of course, we had to bring you back. Look at you.
Yeah.
So, today, Josh, this is a different show than last week because last week we talked about culture shocks and what is it like being an international student in Malaysia. But today it's all about you, Josh. The main
Ooh.
spotlight is just you.
My God.
We want to know about you, everything about you, Josh. From what you eat to when you sleep to how you walk to how you run, everything, Josh. But to be more serious, actually, we're gonna be talking about your football journey, actually, because I don't think people know, but I think Josh was actually a professional footballer.
Yeah, exactly. So like how Jin introduced, I played most of my life professional football. Right now, no. I actually broke my back, so I had to retire early.
Wait, you broke your back. Could you like share a bit about that before we go into your history and law of your football journey?
Okay, so basically I did not break it, like I just fall and basically had a back injury. It just came over time where probably we guessed that I had one back injury when I played football, and then over time when I played every day, trained football, then the crack became always bigger, and then eventually the bones and the joints moved apart. They call it a pars fracture.
Oh, so that kind of affected you mentioned you're retiring, so you're like you can't actually do it anymore?
Yeah, so they say if I want to play football again, I have to do a surgery with 4 screws. But I told them I'll wait
Wow.
first, yeah.
Wow.
I'm guessing this injury doesn't affect your normal life, like just like walking and running in general.
No, I mean, running, I do still get pain, but walking I can, and maybe like minor exercises in gym.
But is it like, does it have a long term like effect to it if you don't get the surgery? I mean.
No, I mean, okay, if I continue doing sports, then basically the bones and the joints will push so much apart that I have to be forced to do surgery.
Oh dear.
So it could
Oh.
affect it, but I mean, I'm still positive
I
about
see.
it.
I
Yeah,
see.
okay, that's good.
Well, today's segment's actually talking about. We're gonna talk about your football journey, and obviously, spoiler alert to everyone because we kind of found out what happened to your back. But you did have a long journey in football, and how many years was it?
Ooh, honestly, if I have to calculate, I would say there's like, I'm now what 22, and I started like actually quite late. I started football at age 14, 15. So it's actually only 7 years. Yeah.
How did you start, and actually, what made you interested in football in the first place?
Okay, so in the beginning in Germany, I was just playing like this is more like Sunday League youth, and then one day I just got scouted. In Germany, we call it, same same English. We call it scouting.
No, scouting.
I was thinking about the German word. But yeah, then basically I got an offer, and that was like around U14, U15 they call it. In German is U14, U15.
So you means under.
Yeah.
Under 14, under 15.
Wow, exactly, yeah.
Wow, football lore. Okay.
Wow.
So wait, Germany has Sunday League like the England Sunday League?
Yeah, but in Sunday League we call it Kreisliga.
Kreisliga.
Again, it sounds
Kreisliga.
Every week I'm
it just
just
sounds so
learning
much better in German. My goodness.
It just sounds cooler, right?
Kreisliga.
Kreisliga.
So what was your team called, Josh? Your first team?
Rot-Weiß Frankfurt.
Wow.
What?
So basically the translation only red white
Right.
Frankfurt.
Wow.
Actually, fun fact: Jürgen Klopp
Yes.
played his first
right.
football professional career with that club.
Wow,
Yeah,
Jurgen
that was
Klopp,
Jurgen Klopp's first
one
club.
of the best managers in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
I
a
don't
Man
know
U fan,
football, so.
Jin?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's your favorite team, Jin?
Let's not get
Ooh,
into
How about you, Josh?
Oh, I like Dortmund.
Oh wait,
Borussia
but Josh,
Dortmund.
you're from Frankfurt.
No,
That-
no.
you-
Actually,
you
interesting.
can't say
Actually, I'm
Dortmund.
born. Actually, I'm born in Munich.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Yeah, so actually, I should be a
Plot
Munich
twist.
fan, but my
Okay.
family support Dortmund.
But I'm pretty sure the football scene is pretty big in Frankfurt. You can't just go around walking around as a Dortmund fan, right?
No, I mean, Frankfurt and Dortmund
It's like
beef.
a rival team.
The beef is not as much as a medium rare beef steak, but I would say like there's still beef, but not that bad.
Okay.
Okay, back to whatever we were saying, right? We want to know, what was the exact moment you knew you wanted to pursue football professionally? Back when you were like, when you
because
first started.
Okay, so you were first scouted. So what happened after that? Basically?
Okay, so then basically I played 2-3 years. I was bench first until like the age of 16, 17. So until I was a U17 where I started to start too many games, I got my first offer to play. Basically, it's like state level, basically.
Okay.
So that means that's actually one level before national team. So when I got to
Wow.
state level, to get to state level, you have to be selected out of they select 30 players out of 20,000 players in Frankfurt. So it's very hard to get selected. And when I got selected from 30 out of 20,000, then I knew like, oh, I can take it more serious.
And how did they how was the scouting process like? They made you like send in videos of you playing, or
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, I heard normally for scouts they would want like a full 90-minute video of you playing in a game, something like that.
Yeah, for professional, we're talking about like first team.
Yep.
Yes, but usually in the youth and academy, the scouts every game just watching from all sorts of club. So in my situation, I had someone come to me and said, okay, I'm the head of this state. Where you're staying, I want to invite you for a trial. There's going to be around 80 players for the trial, and we're going to select only 30. So that's how it happened.
Oh.
okay? And could you?
Wait, sorry, Jai,
Yeah, it's okay.
but we know your brother is also a professional footballer. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
my brother even went much more far than me. But the difference is, so my brother Julian, he moved to Malaysia at the age of 17. So he actually graduated very early, age of 16. He already got his EB like IB. And then after that, he joined JDT straight away, and then he stayed to Malaysia.
So,
Yeah.
Wait.
So it's different from you, Josh. So you started in Germany where he started
Yeah.
Malaysia.
He also started in the same team with me, but he just moved earlier to Malaysia.
So
Wow.
your could you tell us what you played for your position and what your brother played?
Okay, so I started first striker when I was U15,
Wow.
14.
Striker.
And then, because I'm left foot, usually there's not a lot left footers. So usually left footers transition to left backs in Germany or in Europe in general. So
That's
then
quite interesting.
I was forced to play left back or left wing. And for Julian's case, Julian was just always a goalkeeper.
Always a goalkeeper.
Always.
Wow. Even from young, he was a goalkeeper.
Yeah, no, but fun fact, once his club, it was like a friendly, allowed him to play striker, and he actually scored 2 goals.
Wow.
So he can also play striker.
I feel like I feel like a lot of the younger players always start as striker. You're a pretty fit guy, Josh. I mean, you're fast. You're really fast. Of course, I've seen you run. So I'm not surprised that you started as striker. But I feel like as a left footer, you'd be quite useful nowadays. Maybe playing like right wing, right midfielder. No.
Yeah, okay. The reason why I never really played right wing, and I have to agree, because I have to admit, is because I started football very late, age of 14, 15. Usually if you start sports late, you miss the basics that you learn during your youth. So that means usually you start playing U9, U10 in Europe, and that's where you learn all the technical ability. So basically, I never had the technical ability. I was able to play very high level just because I was fast and left-footed. That's it. So for me, something very bad about me was my right foot was quite dead. So usually if I played right wing and I had to cross with my right foot, I could do it, but it's like not good enough. So that's why the coach is like, nah, he can't play right wing, only left back or left wing.
Wow.
So you're saying that the speed is, if you have speed and you had the talent to run really fast, that can get you really far.
Yeah, if you have basic football, so basically you know how to pass, shoot, but like properly in a professional level, and you can run fast. If you have bad technical ability, then you can still go far. For instance, in the UK,
Really?
yeah, I watch a lot of academy games in the UK, and I can tell you a lot of the players that have the very tall and fast ones, they have zero technical ability. You can imagine it like, for you, Jen, since you're a Man U fan, like Lukaku. Bad
He called
touch.
you out
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Man U
Oh
fan.
my God.
Oh no.
Don't hate.
You exposed me, Josh. Come on.
Now the chat's gonna leave.
How much did they play it again?
No,
Oh,
that's
okay,
okay. Yeah, that's
Alright.
okay. And anyway, back to you, Josh, because it's about you. And so, how many clubs did you actually play for? And could you tell us like what were those clubs and maybe where, like what level they were playing at?
Okay, so the Sunday league club I played was my international school.
Mm.
Yeah, I went to international school.
Wow, international
Wow,
school.
we found out last week. Yeah,
So-
private school student. Yeah.
So that they called that ISF.
Okay.
After that, I went
What does
to
ISF stand for?
International School Frankfurt.
Wow, so
Right, I could have guessed.
I thought it would be like German, like Einstein.
Einstein?
No, in German is Internationale Schule Frankfurt.
Wow.
Yeah, so good. Oh, I love that name.
Jar.
Please.
And then the second club was, like mentioned, Rot-Weiß Frankfurt. And then after
Okay.
that, I jumped. I mean, I was kind of like they call it in, I don't know if I can say in the radio, but in German we call it like Clubhure, which basically means, okay, I don't want to translate it, but just means like a player who just switches like multiple partners. But in the sense,
Okay, okay.
partners
My
are
goodness,
football
Josh.
club.
I see.
I hope it's just about football, Josh. I don't know.
Can be everything.
Yeah.
Okay, but then basically, which means is I always switch clubs. So I played Rot-Weiß Frankfurt, then I went to another Frankfurt club, Blau-Gelb, then I went FSV. That was higher. So I always played the high. Okay, to imagine, I played Hessenliga. Hessenliga is the highest state level. And usually for U15, U16, if you want to play Bundesliga, they call it Regionalliga. So basically,
Ooh.
Hessenliga is one league behind Bundesliga. So that means I played second, Zweite Bundesliga is second league.
The second tier.
Second
football.
highest
So
league.
for the viewers that don't, play football and don't know football, which tiers are these? Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3?
This one is tier 2.
Tier 2.
That's-
But
yeah.
for all
Impressive.
tiers calculated, there's about, I think, 8 tiers. But
Wow,
after
that's a
tier
lot.
tier 4 to tier 8, there's like sub tiers. Like
I see,
over
I
30
see.
sub tiers.
So-
So it's very hard to be selected for the second tier.
Is tier 2 considered professional?
Yeah, no, it's
or semi-
professional.
Oh, it's a professional. league,
Yeah,
Okay.
you travel to the state, they give you a little bit money. Since you're young, not so much, you
Ooh,
get
little
like
bit
maybe.
money.
And how much did you earn?
No, they give maybe like 100 euros, 200 euros.
I mean, you were like
Okay.
16, 17
Yeah.
at this point, right? So it makes sense.
But if you guys play first tier, which is Regionalliga, considered Bundesliga, then
Mhm.
that is more like you can get up to like 2k.
I see.
That's like if you play like
Right.
FC Bayern Academy, for example. They would play
Wow.
Regionalliga. They would get like 2k, 1.8.
you never want tried for the Frankfurt team?
No, I mean, like everything in life, football is also political. I was supposed to join Darmstadt. You guys know Darmstadt. They I don't know. I don't think they play Bundesliga anymore, but they used to play Bundesliga.
I see it. So.
And I got offered to play with them, and they accepted it. But then I had like a internal issue with my coach, and he actually called them and
Oh
he told them,
dear.
"No, don't take him. He's not a good player." So it's
Sort of-
quite political. He kind of
yeah.
blocked it.
Sort of the dark side of football you don't hear
Yeah.
about.
I see.
So don't be, for the ones who play football, don't beef with your coach. Because if you beef with your coach the whole time and you want to switch teams and your coach knows the other team, he will block it 100%.
Isn't like okay, let's say there is a coach and there's like a team manager, right? Isn't the team manager supposed to like make sure that these type of things don't happen?
No, I mean, yes, there's a team manager, but not really. It still goes out of the way.
I see.
And okay, I would say the hardest problem is usually the parents from football players.
Hmm.
Because usually the parents are the ones who complain, oh, why is my son not playing? And they would go to the coach. And what happened in Frankfurt is like many parents like own restaurants, so they would invite the coach to eat for free.
So it's
For-
like a
yeah.
sense of okay, maybe
funny.
we are not accusing anyone, just a disclaimer, but it's a sense of kind of like a bribery thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like a
It's a-
legal
let's
bribery.
say
Like,
like a
come join my
Yeah,
eat in my
favor.
restaurant for free.
It's a favor. It's a
And then
kind
after
favor.
that, the
Kind
son would
gesture.
play. Yeah,
I see. So
So-
you have to get on the good side of the coach.
yeah. You have to get good side. If the coach doesn't like you in Europe in general, you can forget it.
Okay.
So then when you came to Malaysia, you joined JDT, right?
No, okay.
Oh, was
no,
that your brother? Sorry.
Julian joined JDT. I was supposed to sign with them too, so I stayed with them 3 months. I joined 2 games with them, which I even scored a game, which was quite funny because they actually made me play striker, which I didn't play for very long. Like I said, I played left back, but then I went back to Germany to finish my my IB, and then Julian, he stayed in Johor. Yeah.
Okay.
But-
Do you think it would have been different if you stayed to play?
Yeah, okay, honestly, like, the football in Malaysia and German is different. German is more technical. People have got technical ability. It's more like the game plan is much bigger, much better. But in Malaysia, it's more like, oh, just try to score a goal. Doesn't matter how. So that fits more my style. Like, oh, we just need a fast player, run to the front, try to score, try to cross. That's like
So you're
Malaysian
saying
style.
like Germany in general, like football is more structured, like they,
Yeah, much more.
like there's like formations. It's like
No,
you pass,
yeah,
pass.
yeah. Not only the tactics, like you mentioned, Jin, but actually also they check on how the players eat. They check on their
Mm.
sleeping. You have to do almost every second week a drug test. There you have to check your body fat. Your body fat has to be at least 10%. If it's not 10%, the chance for you to play. But you come to Malaysia, like I remember when Julian played JDT after they won the cup. Oh no, not the cup. After they won the first game, you know what they did? They drove to McD to celebrate. I mean, something like that in Germany would be impossible.
Wow.
So like culture is really important, and it's not only about the team but also where you actually train the country.
Yeah, exactly.
And that plays a really big part on how a team actually
Yeah.
kind of forms.
I mean, I met one guy in Malaysia and he said it quite good. He usually says football reflects to the culture. And I don't mean in a negative or in a positive way, but basically the culture in Germany is more systematic than in Malaysia. So that's why football is more systematic, basically.
So do you see Malaysia ever getting to the level of some of the I think a lot of the European countries, but even now like the Saudi countries are doing they have like a big structure. They have all the facilities are built and everything. But Malaysia is still in a way lacking behind and all that.
Yeah, no, it's lacking behind. Number one, they have to bring more. They have to import more people. So if it's coaches, and the second, which is the main reason, is they have to organize it better. So that means like you need proper team managers in Malaysia Super League. There's a lot of there's money involved, but then the money nobody knows where the money goes. So then players won't have salary. So it has a whole negative domino effect.
I've heard so much about the Malaysian Football League. And it's
It's
I think
rubbish.
I think it's like only like a few teams actually fully pay their players like on time all the time.
Yeah, I mean the best example that everyone knows is JDT. I mean,
Yeah.
TMJ, the Crown Prince, he did an amazing job with that. He actually put a stepping stone, his example for Malaysian football. He took money, he created a proper infrastructure, he trains the players. And what they also do very good is if you play in JDT, you're allowed to study a subject. So they'll give you sports science, sports management.
Wow.
They're the only club that really does that. They really focus on the players. But if you go to other clubs, I won't mention which clubs, is the opposite.
So that's not only the benefit of getting obviously paid and getting that free course in a sense. What other benefits do usually Malaysian players or people that come from overseas to play for Malaysia?
Probably just money.
Just money.
If the money comes, I mean, usually
It's
import
a big if, yeah.
usually import players earn a lot of money, and what they get is also social status. So it's easy for them to open businesses. So there are a lot of import players. They open real estate businesses in Malaysia because they have a high salary. That's possible. But I have to admit, also in Malaysia, there's a big salary gap. So that means the good players, import players, will be paid crazy. So over 50K per month, and therefore the local players would. There's few Super League players that would just get 2K, 3K.
Wait, Josh, I'm curious actually because did you find it hard to adapt to you came from Germany playing football in Germany. When you came to Malaysia and when you played in Malaysia, what was the big difference between the two countries really?
For me, the hardest. Okay, in Germany, actually football is harder. In Germany, you have to be a rough guy to play football because there's a lot of bullying. So there's fighting in the showers. That's something common in Germany. That's something I experienced, and it's actually quite traumatic for people who play football. It's if you want to shower and some guy will just hit you on the head.
Oh dear.
That's very normal in Germany. But in Malaysia, they wouldn't be physically, but they're actually verbally very aggressive.
Right.
And usually when I started playing in Malaysia, everyone was verbally just but that's normal in football. Either you can take it, you can't take it. That didn't really didn't give it so much as a problem. But for me, it was just adapting to the whole training style, the whole idea in a sense. They would say training's at 5, but actually they start at 5:15, 5:20.
Yeah.
So then of course you would be mad. You're hey, I'm waiting since half an hour. Why is training not beginning? So the whole structure, and my opinion here in Malaysia, they don't. The clubs I played with, they didn't really focus too much on the players. So yeah.
Really?
Just curious about this bullying situation. I'm sure it's a very sad thing, and this type of things happen even though it's 2025. What do you think that should be done to prevent this from happening?
Okay, my opinion is the coach or the team manager. You have to have a proper manager who can actually manage the players and make sure there's no bullying, make sure everyone feels comfortable. But usually, football is an environment in Germany and Malaysia, everywhere around the world. There's a lot of people who play football who don't go to school. They just play football, especially as a professional level. And these people don't really get the education, if it's from the family or from school, how to behave. So usually they're the ones who would tend to bully people, but at the end of the day, it's still the team manager or the coach's fault. But what I noticed here in Malaysia is the coach would witness players getting bullied, but they wouldn't even do anything. Maybe the worst they would do is make each other apologize, but they won't really talk down with the player and be okay, you will have an arrogant ego, you're annoying everyone, you have to stop it. I never saw that in Malaysia, I have to admit it.
I see. So
just to sort of like wrap up on your football journey. So do you have do you feel like, and now obviously you retired because of an unfortunate injury, but do you feel like you still got enough from it? Like you're satisfied with your journey?
No, I mean, okay, honestly, I could have done much more in the last few seasons. It was like on and off. I always got injured back there. So there I'm not really satisfied, but what I'm satisfied is like the life journey. I became mentally stronger.
I'm sure you learn a lot outside of football by
Yeah.
playing football, right? You know.
You become more social, the
Mm.
social journey and everything. That's one. And basically, you just become more rough and hard in your mind. You're like, okay,
Yeah, I mean,
have experienced that.
I've seen a game you played and it was like so exciting. Even though it was a semi-pro at the time I think you played, and the game, and it was just, and when you scored the goal, you're like celebrating. You can see like
yeah, the dopamine. is just-
it's just
just
that
comes
kind of
in.
excitement and feeling you get is just,
Yeah.
amazing.
okay. Clearly, your football journey has been has been hard. It also has its ups and downs, right?
Yeah.
So we want to focus on something positive.
Yeah.
We heard you just got engaged.
Oh yeah.
And could you tell us how you feel about
Shout out, Emma.
that? Woo! Congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, so for me, okay, funny story. Me and Emma not even dating 1 year. We're dating like 6
Is she
months.
listening to this?
Oh my gosh, she listening?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, and we met 6 months, but we noticed it was like just perfect based on characters. Emma's like the opposite of me. She doesn't like. She's the opposite, more quiet, more introverted. So that's why it has a good balance, a good yin yang.
Yin
We
Yin yang.
yeah.
we met doing dancing because we both do
Oh.
like bachata and salsa.
That's such a romantic way to
Wow.
meet, Josh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So your eyes met her and you're like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah,
I fell
exactly.
in love.
And you wanted her to be your partner to dance
No,
immediately.
the funny thing is, at the beginning when she came in, I was like dancing with someone, and I look at that person, and the person I was dancing, she actually liked me. So I said to that person, I was like, "Damn, who's that new person who just came in?" And she looked at me, she's like, "Excuse me."
I like that, Josh. It's
It's
clever
confidence.
tactic. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. It's
And then-
smart.
And what was even funnier, actually, Emma didn't like me at the beginning. She's more into
Ooh.
like, more like, Arabic Eastern culture. I mean, so that's why at the beginning I was
Okay.
like, she didn't really. We went dancing often, but then eventually I was like, "Oh, you want a date?" And she's like, "Okay." And then it just.
That you
And
just
then-
asked her like, you
Yeah.
need a
Then
date.
just ask. So,
Yeah.
speaking of the proposal, Josh, I know. Like, could you tell us more a bit about it? I know in Islam culture, there's Muslim culture. I mean, there's certain maybe steps to it or something.
Yeah. Okay. So for the Malay culture, I mean, correct me if I say wrong. My Malay is still on construction, but usually we have the Marise or
Mm.
Marisa, basically meaning that you introduce the families to say that, okay,
Mm.
they're gonna get engaged. Then usually you get 3 rings, so that you can get the first ring in there, and then you do the tunang. Tunang is a similar process where you bring like gifts.
Mm.
So if I'm not wrong, I think it's either me or Emma have to bring 7 gifts, and then the other person has to bring 14 gifts or something like that. It has to be doubled.
Right.
But I'm
okay.
no marriage expert, so I'm not sure if
Well,
that.
you need to find out soon, Josh.
Well, what type of gifts are you talking about? Like gold?
Yeah, no, actually, so for the rings, the woman men get silver and women get gold usually.
Because the men can't wear gold,
Yeah,
right?
in Islam,
Right.
men cannot wear gold.
Mm.
Is there a
But-
reason? Like,
No, it's just haram. It was stated in the
I
Quran,
see,
so
I
that's why
see.
they're like, okay, men cannot wear gold.
Men can't-
But I mean, I've seen some men with gold here in Sunway.
So, Josh, do you have your ring today? I don't.
Yeah, I'm wearing it.
Oh, let us see.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow,
Wow, it's
so
so-
beautiful.
it's a
Wow,
beautiful ring,
so
Josh.
big.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what?
What?
So,
What?
how you feeling about it, about the wedding?
No, okay. I mean, honestly, I feel quite good, but many people were surprised and shocked because we're quite young. I'm 22. Emma's 23. I mean, it's normal Malay
Yeah.
culture, but especially for students, universities. I mean, how did you guys feel hearing that I got
yeah,
engaged with like
oh,
20,
man.
22?
Maybe sometimes I just forget that we are getting older. I mean,
Yeah.
no, Joy, you're a bit older, but
What?
you know,
Oh,
You
God
know,
damn.
I'm
but
getting
like for me,
The game is just-
I'm not even 22 yet, and when I heard you told me like
You know what's
you told us that you got engaged. I was like,
Yeah,
wow. I was like,
I was so shocked because honestly, no offense at all means, but I did not expect you to be the first to be engaged in the group.
No, I mean, everyone knowing me, not even I expected it myself.
yeah. I mean, of course, but I think it shouldn't be that surprising either. Like, I wouldn't have been the most surprised that if you were the first or the last. I would be like, yeah, it's Josh.
I'm like so
Yeah.
happy for you,
Yeah.
honestly.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
yeah, you look.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, I look super happy.
Yeah,
Mm.
so happy, Josh.
Super
We're talking
happy.
about happy things, right? Do you have a favorite movie by any chance?
My favorite movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can be a happy one, a sad one, romantic one.
romantic one. Let me
Mm.
think. I mean, I really like the Band of Brothers series. It's quite
Oh, yeah, I've
it's
seen
quite
that one.
romantic,
That-
Regin.
Is it romantic? It's a
Yeah, I
war
mean-
series.
Oh yeah, it's a war series.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think there is a bit of like a little. Maybe there's a little bit of romance. I don't remember.
I have not watched it, so
Yeah, but I still no, it's a war series. But you're not sure. Would take Band Brothers is a very good.
Yeah, you should watch it.
Yeah, it's a
Joey.
World War II series. It's very very good.
But love movies, I like the Romeo and Juliet.
isn't it
I
tragic?
didn't think about the name.
yeah,
It's only love
gonna
movie I
guess you.
know.
I mean, that's like a Shakespeare play. I'm gonna guess you mean maybe the Leonardo DiCaprio
Yeah, oh
movie.
my God,
yeah. Maybe
exactly,
That,
that's-
maybe that Romeo.
No, I
Juliet.
actually I mean the Shakespeare book one. I don't mean the
It's a
movie.
book?
I love reading.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, we are kind of running out of time, so
Okay.
let's go to what we've been excited about.
Yeah, this is
Game time.
Yeah, it's a mini game,
Yay.
Josh. I don't know if you heard of this. It's called This or That.
Okay.
So basically, I'll tell you two things. You just tell us which one you would choose, basically. So
Well,
this or that.
explanation, just choose it.
Yeah, just hear it and choose. Okay, Joy, you want to start with the first
Oh,
one?
sure. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Lose lose your memories or never be able to make new ones.
Lose my memories.
Oh, lose all your memory. Your current so.
Oh no. Okay, I'm getting engaged. Second option. I'll take the second option.
Okay, okay.
Okay, smart.
Your
Alright,
turn.
All right, so this one: be loved by everyone, but never truly feel love, or feel loved deeply, but no one ever truly loves you back.
Wow, that's so
He's
deep.
getting
Uh,
engaged. What are we doing?
Yeah, I know,
I'm about to cry.
Yeah, this is a very deep.
But I think I'll take the first one.
Be loved by everyone, but never truly feel love. Yeah, I think I'll take that one too. To
Yeah.
be fair, yeah.
It
Okay.
sounds rational.
Next
This,
one.
this one I think is for you, Josh. This
Mm.
is very for you, Josh.
Cheat and never get caught, or never cheat but always be accused of it.
Cheat or never be caught, or always be cheat. and
No, no.
never-
Cheat and never be caught, option one.
Okay.
Or never cheat but always be accused of it.
Ooh, well, I mean, it's quite a hard one, but I think honestly I'll take the first one.
Is Emma listening?
Oh, is Emma listening? Don't put the link.
No, it's,
No.
it's okay. It's a game. It's a game. It's just a question.
No, I mean, I would never cheat. I have never cheated in my life. So for everyone
course.
listening, don't think wrong about it. But I think the first
Wow.
one's
Yeah.
logic, because the second one, I don't.
yeah.
I don't want to be accused of.
It's
being-
worse to have a label on you rather than like.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
yeah.
Right, right.
Imagine I'm like Bill Clinton, where everyone is like, "Oh, you
Okay.
cheated with your intern." Like, I
Okay.
can't do that.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, it's a good one. All right, next one. Take credit for someone else's work, or have someone else take credit for
Oh,
yours.
definitely first one. I mean,
Take credit for someone. Yeah, you know what, I think that's the only option. I feel.
I mean, I've been through
I
that.
feel like,
Been through that,
that's
yeah.
really the only
Very
option.
familiar.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the best one.
And you can't take the second one though. You can't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do
honestly.
it.
I
Anyway.
would. Okay,
No.
maybe I'm just different.
Okay, next. Joy.
Right, Josh?
Yeah.
Alright, ready?
Okay.
Live a long, boring life, or a short but exciting one.
Oh, definitely second.
Short but
I'm
exciting.
full of adventure, so.
Mm.
Yeah, I think most people would choose the second
No,
one.
I
to
want
be
to do
fair.
boring life, like I don't know, accountant your whole life. Ugh.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, okay, shout out to the accountants.
Maybe the last one, since we don't
now
have
the
much
last
time.
one.
Okay.
No internet for life or no friends for 5 years.
Ooh, my God. I think I'll do no friends 5 years.
Really? How about us?
You can't live without the
It's
internet,
okay,
Josh.
yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can. Then why did you pick the second one?
Okay, I mean, I'll just meet you guys after 5 years, and I don't need internet for now.
Yeah, to be fair.
5
yeah,
years,
to be
okay.
fair.
I'll just
Well,
read books and like act like a
Anyway,
stone
we're a
guy.
bit short on time, Josh. So thank you so much, Josh, for coming on our show today. And we wish you the best in anything you do moving forward. And hopefully, one day you can return to our show.
Yeah, well, hopefully I get
I mean,
invited
everyone,
again.
everyone wants you to come back, Josh. So
Yeah,
you might as well
up
just
to
Yeah.
demand.
yeah, and of course, wish you the best for the wedding, Josh.
Oh, thank you. I mean, everyone's invited. The whole university is
Whole uni-
invited.
I mean-
whole faculty.
I mean,
The whole
that's like
faculty.
less than your whole family combined, so it's fine.
Yeah, of course.
So,
So, and if anyone ever wants to meet me, I chill at the shawarma at the second street behind
Okay,
me.
okay.
yeah,
so-
okay, yeah, sure. Anyway, thank you, Josh, again for coming on our show. Lovely to have you
Thank
always.
you so much.
Please
Thank-
come
thank
back.
you,
Please come
Joy
back,
and
Josh.
Jin.
Yeah, please come back, Josh.
I will. And then hopefully next time we can get more into the deeper tea.
romance.
Of course.
Oh
Josh.
yeah.
Anyway,
The romance, bromance, you know,
romance,
Jen.
romance.
Anyway, to all our listeners, remember that everyone has a story to tell, and that means you. So don't ever think that you are worthy or you're worth any less than anyone else. You're listening to Fillet O Friday here on Sun4U. Stay tuned for more after this break.
The silhouette's burning, embers rising high, like a chemical fire. The flame won't die. scratching the surface. This obsession of mine is fueling the furnace. I'm up all night and we intertwine. Darling, you and
Welcome to Unfiltered on today's Fillet O Friday, where we filter through all the noise and bring you genuine conversations on life and what's truly worth discovering through the Sun4U Radio. Hello, I'm Carmen, and today we have... She's a third-year communication student, a vocalist for Litterbox Band, and in her own words, she is a producer, director, film actress, and everything else in the film industry. She is...
Hi, my name is Eileen. I did not say that.
Sure. Okay, so Eileen, what is your current dream, like ambition-wise? What do you want to be in like a year time?
Seeing that I'm graduating soon, I think my current dream is just to do my best, like wherever I am at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's valid. Like, yeah, that is valid. But
not like a certain job or anything, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like communication field or like whatever that.
It has to be, right? That's my major.
Okay, but when you were younger, like, what was your ambition? What were your dreams headed towards?
I think I speak for everyone when I say that, like, everyone had various and very multiple dreams throughout their lives, but I think my first ambition was to be an air stewardess, courtesy of the adults around me. But my longest ambition would be to be a lawyer.
Oh,
Yeah.
lawyer.
Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Oh
for
my
the
gosh.
longest time I was working towards going into law school.
So like throughout high school.
High school, even late primary school. And the reason was because my dad was like, you always argue with me, argue so well, you go and become lawyer lah. It's a real thing.
So currently, if given the chance, would you still like pursue law?
Oh, definitely not. Like, I feel like I'm not built for the law life.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I may come off as it, but I can't do it. Like, I have very bad memory.
It's okay, but I think like you're still, able to like argue your points well.
If you want me to act in a film as a lawyer, sure.
Okay, so when we were kids, you know, we tend to like dream without limits, as you mentioned, and careers like astronauts, artists, inventors, or even like rock stars were all the rage. And nobody would really tell a kid that that's, you know, unrealistic, right? So somewhere along the way, between all the exams that we have, the deadlines, and I guess the process of growing up, we started trading in those dreams for something safer. So now, as university students, we sit in our 2-hour lectures, and every once in a while, I secretly wonder to myself, what happened to all that passion? Is chasing stability the same as giving up, or is it considered growing up? I think the older I got, the more I realized how accountable I have to be for my future, which is really, really scary. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we laugh at our childhood ambitions, and we're like, oh my gosh, that was so silly. But like deep down, I think part of me misses it every once in a while. Do you miss wanting to be a lawyer?
Yeah, honestly, the drive back then, yeah, I
Like
do
the
miss
passion?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe we're still trying to figure out how to keep them alive, even in small ways as we move forward. So now we'll move on to our this or that questions,
I'm
okay?
excited.
Ooh, okay. So for the first question, would you rather spend a day in Kidzania or spend a day in your dream internship company? And for those listening, if you don't know what Kidzania is, it's basically a place where you can go and like try out different jobs, but it's mainly for kids.
Yeah. I think the funny answer would be to choose Kidzania, but I think I would rather spend a day in my dream internship company. Yeah.
And you have experienced like an internship before, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Would you like me to elaborate?
I mean, would you like to like share anything about it?
I had a really, really good internship experience. Like, I think I learned and I got to have my hand in so many like projects and brands and stuff like that. So I did learn a lot. Yeah. Internship is a great time to explore things, guys.
To experience
Yeah.
things. Okay. So the next question, would you rather procrastinate on your studies but have big dreams, or easily complete all the assignments you have but have no passion towards your future?
Definitely procrastinate.
Procrastinate.
I'm a procrastinator. Yeah, so I would rather procrastinate on my studies and have big dreams, because I think that's how I've been functioning like my whole life. Rather, I don't know how to do things without passion. I don't know how to do things that are not stemmed from some sort of like drive, like a driving force. I think there always has to be a driving force. If I don't have that, I feel like I cannot come up with good work, even halfway decent work. I don't think that's possible. So yeah, I think I would rather procrastinate and have big dreams and like passion.
Okay, passion girl.
Yes, sir.
Okay, for the next question, would you rather be proud of your work, or would you rather be proud of your paycheck?
Ooh, hot take. I think I would rather be proud of my work, because my work is my legacy.
It's like what you leave behind.
Correct. Yeah. So if like people can look at my work and say like, oh yeah, she's a great worker, like she does great projects, like that would be so much more rewarding than having a big paycheck and I have nothing to show for it. Like, sure, I can travel, post Instagram pictures, but then that's about it. But if I have work, I have legacy. So I think I'd rather be proud of my work.
I agree with that. Like, I think I would also choose that.
Especially in this industry, by the way. Like, that's how you get headhunted.
Yeah, the portfolio.
Correct.
Portfolios are
Yes.
important. And for the next question, would you rather... Oh, this sort of like goes back to what I previously asked. Would you rather chase your original childhood dreams or accept that your goals have evolved?
I don't think I have the ability to chase my childhood dreams per se. So I think I have no choice but to accept that my goals have evolved. But I do it willingly. Like, at some point you just gotta start accepting that your life, the trajectory of your life has changed. So I think I would accept my goals.
Okay. No, but like, okay, what if there's this like magical power where it's like you can just like if you choose like law, or even if you choose to be like a musician or anything like that, it's like everything will work out that way.
I think it would depend on what job it was.
Mm.
Contrary to popular belief, like throughout my whole childhood, like the younger days, I don't think I've ever wanted to pursue music like seriously
Mm-hmm.
up until my late teens.
Mm.
Because I always thought I couldn't do it.
But you can.
um
I would like to believe that you can. I would root for you.
oh, thank you. But if I had that magical power, I'll rather be a musician than a lawyer. Yeah.
That's cool. I respect you.
Thank you.
Okay, so seems like we are running out of time, so we are going to wrap this up. So I think you would agree with me that like even in this economy, having a dream is truly a privilege.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, being able to say like, oh, I wish I could do that, I wish I could do this, while pursuing something else is still very much a privilege. Yep. So to anybody out there, if you're listening, if that little voice of your inner child, your younger child, is telling you to try something new, try something that works towards what you wanted to do in the past, I hope you all have the courage to do it. What about you, Eileen? Do you have anything you'd like to say to those listening?
Yeah, no, definitely. Especially if you're listening to this and you have the opportunity to study like tertiary education and even privately funded tertiary education, you are living a privilege that another person can only dream to live. So I think it's only right if you take it seriously and actually like do something and make something out of your life, because you have an opportunity that so many other people don't have. And yeah, I think if you have a dream, you have a privilege. So you should actually do something with your life, you know? Yeah, don't sit around and laze around and wait for opportunities to fall into your lap.
Yeah, go out and chase those opportunities.
Yeah.
And also, if you are the type of person who wants something more secure and safe in terms of a career path, go for it with all your might. There's nothing wrong with that, and I think that itself is really respectable as well. I think like all careers, they all have their own hardships in their
Yeah.
own ways, but all of it is still respectable as long as you're not causing harm to others and you are working hard and doing your best.
And doing it legally.
Yes, legally. Yes, legally is an important thing. Ethically, yeah.
Yes.
All
All that.
Yes, all of those. So, regardless of what happens, everyone who is listening, I hope you know that all of us here are rooting for you and your future. So, we hope you go out and chase what you want.
Yay.
Yay! Thank you so much, Eileen, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So that is all the time we have left on this week's Unfiltered segment on today's Fillet O Friday. Thank you so much for joining us on Sun4U Radio. I'm Carmen, and
I'm Eileen.
see you next time.
Bye.
seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way.
And now you're going to listen to students having a conversation on what they are going to eat on their 1 hour break. Student 1. Hey, class done. What do you want to have for lunch? Student 2. What do you think about Rock Cafe? I just went there yesterday lah. How about Shaz? Kind of okay. Is there any other places? How about cafeteria? Boring. Pyramid maybe? Have to walk. Subway? I just had it yesterday with my friend. Is there any more options? 2 hours later. And there they are at the cafeteria having their chicken rice 30 minutes before the class starts. Hey Sunway people, you're listening to Fillet O Friday, hallway debates especially. And today our topic is all about, makan mana lah? The daily dilemma we Sunway students face. Now, if you're anything like me, choosing where to eat after a long class or during a short break is almost like writing a thesis paper or an assignment. Group chats go wild, people start suggesting food courts, cafes, bubble tea, and somehow you still end up walking in circles for 20 minutes. Honestly, beyond just feeding our hunger, food decisions are always like a social rituals. You're catching up with your friends, blowing off steam after classes, maybe even having your first campus date. Ooh. Food is the backdrop to so many student memories. So, what makes students choose one over the other? Now, let's break it down. Number 1 is the budget. It can be either at the beginning of the month, end of the month, you're waiting for your allowance to get in, or you're like, oh, I don't have any money. What should I do now? And it's instant noodles or the cheapest chat fan you can find. Or the time. You either have 2 hours break or 30 minutes break. You want something very quick, convenient, or close. Or if you have a longer break, you want to go somewhere quite far and want to explore new food. And next is cravings. Sometimes your stomach craves for ramen or fast foods like KFC, McDonald's, or pizza, or fries, or bubble tea. Just a drink, enough. Now, let me share an experience where it took like nearly 20 minutes to decide where should we eat with my friends. So there was this time my class ended early and I called my friends, okay, let's meet at the student hub. And we were all at the student hub and my first question was, hey, where to eat? I'm very hungry. I was telling one of my friends telling, hey, let's go Shaz. And another friend telling, I just went yesterday, let's go Rock Cafe. And I was like, oh, okay, there's a new shop over there, let's go Aman Bistro. And and another friend was like, hey, I went there yesterday. And it was like, everyone went there yesterday, then where you guys want to eat? And that conversation went for like a 20 minutes, like a solid 20 minutes. And guess where we ate? Everyone went to Rock and each of us had our kway teow. And that's how it ended. So, whether you are a Food Street Forever loyalist or a spontaneous snacker or a planner with a full food itinerary, choosing where to eat is part of the student experience. Especially being in Sunway, you're filled with a lot of options until you feel like, should I eat now or should I skip it? So, embrace the chaos and embrace the carbs. And hey, the next time when someone says up to you or when picking food, it's like it's going on a long debate, just smile because we all know that means it's 10 more minutes of indecision and a lifelong memory is happening along. And that's all, guys, from Hallway Debates. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation and we'll see you back soon next week, same time. Bye.
It's not the thumbnail that we want, leh. What the hell?
Welcome back, guys, to Behind Closed Tabs and your weekly dose of real talk on sex, relationships, and everything in between. I'm your host, RJKK, and today we are diving into a topic that way too many people go into blind: your first time. The first time facts. What you should really know before having sex. So, today, on Behind Closed Tabs, the first time facts. Because your first time shouldn't be about fear, it should be about facts, consent, and choice. And here we have our gorgeous, ever gorgeous RJ.
Hi guys.
Hi Eunice.
Yeah.
We have RJ Eunice with us as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Yeah, I'm good too.
I'm starving right now.
Yeah, I just finished my presentation though. Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
It's okay.
So, yeah, we're talking about first time sex, right? And let's just get this out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, there's no perfect script or stuff for this particular thing because no universal right moment.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, and despite what the movie shows, right, it doesn't have to involve candlelight, slow music, and all this crazy instant fireworks kinda, all this cliche shit, right? Yeah, sorry about my language, but yeah, but it should involve consent, safety, communication, and most importantly, your choice. That matters,
Yes, very important.
right?
Agree?
We can't be like forceful on that, and let's break down some first time facts, things you might not hear in school or from your friends. First and foremost, I think, right, you don't have to be ready by a certain age. That's a stereotypical pressure that has been put by the society on us.
Yeah, also by our parents, I guess.
Yeah, like you have to do this at this age, this at this age, but sex is not something to follow those guidelines and stuff, I believe.
Must follow. Like,
Wow,
you know,
okay.
like if the person is not enough age, yeah, we need to follow.
Yeah, obviously.
Ah,
I mean,
yeah.
What I meant was, okay. What I meant was, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that could go the other meaning as well. Yeah, but that was not what I meant. I meant like no biological clock ticking that says you must lose your virginity by 18 or you are behind. Kind
Yes.
of typical mindset that these days generation has, most of them.
Yep.
Yeah. So you have to feel emotionally prepared, and and you should trust your partner as well. You're not doing it because you feel pressured, as I've mentioned earlier, or afraid of losing them. You have had a conversation about protection and consent before getting into the real game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
What do you feel about emotionally prepared? How does a person need to be emotionally prepared?
Yeah, actually, the way that one should be emotionally prepared is the trust that should be built mutually among them.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be like having your first time with someone who you don't trust or someone you are like on a 50-50 note kind of thing. You have to be emotionally prepared in order to, what's coming up. So you have to be ready. You have to be 100% ready, and you have to build the trust, the communication, and I
Get
would say the
consent before.
dignity,
Yeah, also the dignity.
yeah, that matters the most. So that's how you have to be emotionally prepared, and you will have your guts and gut instinct telling you that, okay, this is the right time for me to do this, and obviously, like, it should be at the right or appropriate age I'm talking about. Yeah, which is obviously above 18.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to feel okay to be vulnerable to your partner.
So if I'm
That
feeling
matters.
like I'm feeling butterflies, is it
No.
no? I'm not emotionally
No,
prepared. Okay.
butterflies are temporary. That's like hallucination. Like, that's like an illusion, I would say.
Fit into my illusion, the butterflies like, oh my god, I'm feeling butterflies right now.
So you have
but
to
it's
jump in and
I
no.
think it's the opposite, right? If you
Yeah.
are feeling butterflies.
Yeah, if you're feeling butterflies, you are not ready.
You're
emotional.
nervous.
That is more of an instant act, I would say, out of your rush, like gut feelings. Like, this is more of the emotionally prepared. I meant was it should be more vulnerable.
Ah,
you
yeah.
have to be vulnerable enough with your partner.
Yes.
Like, you have to know he's your guy, and
She's
it-
your
that-
girl.
Yeah, she's your girl, that kind of thing. Exactly, right? And it doesn't not necessarily for you to end up in marriage or what, but that moment you should feel like you are 100% concerned about it, like what we talked last week, right?
Yeah, and you're comfortable with it.
Yeah, well said. And also, virginity is not a medical or scientific concept. Since
Yes.
everyone has,
I
let's
agree.
debunk this one, mate. The idea that virginity, right? most of them.
Maybe it was passed by our parents, I guess.
Yeah, like older generation, the stereotypical thing that has been carried out generation by generation.
Yes.
A broken hymen is totally false. You know, according to British Medical Journal, right?
Mm-hmm.
The hymen can stretch or tear from non-sexual activities like sports or using tampons.
Oh yeah, it's like the what they call pop the cherry, is it?
Yeah, pop the cherry kind of
Yeah.
thing. So, and not everyone bleeds their first time. That's a
Yeah.
myth rooted in patriarchy, actually. It's not biological, it's not scientific. So, technically, as what have you mentioned, right?
Mm-hmm.
Virginity is not a social concept, not a physical condition, actually. The popping the cherry part, as you've mentioned, right? It
Mhm.
can happen at any point of time in your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard of like if we cycle,
Mm-hmm.
girls cycle,
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes also will bleed.
Yeah, actually, yeah. That's what.
Yeah, so through sports or using tampons.
So, it doesn't mean that you are losing your virginity kind of thing, right? The myth that happens.
Okay,
Okay. So,
moving on.
can you like know how bad society has been like, or how fake society has been like, put this kind of fake social concept on our mind since we were small, since we were growing?
Yeah, and also
Right.
TV shows also. They
Like
they promote this kind of mindset, I guess.
yeah, like they're kind of trapping us in this, in their world,
Yeah.
in their guidelines or mandatory rules. I mean,
Yes.
so we should break out of it. And virginity is just a matter of fact. And to put it in a matter of fact, virginity is nothing, but it's just a way to scare the society or to scare the current generation. I believe
Yes.
it's just a tool to manipulate you.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And we shall not fall under
it
the
doesn't.
manipulation.
Yeah, I know, right? It shouldn't be shouldn't be a matter as well. Yeah, and the third one, talking about the awkwardness that we can have, and honestly, that's okay, you know, for first time.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
can be awkward.
Real talk, yeah. The first time is rarely like what you see in shows or pornography. It
I
might
agree.
It might be clumsy. You might laugh. You might stop halfway. That doesn't mean you did it wrong, you know. You might be laughing in between of those those intimate moment I'm talking about,
Yeah.
and it doesn't mean that you did it wrong, and it just means you are human, Eunice.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, the American Sexual Health Association reminds us communication is key. Instead of trying to
Yeah, it's so
perform,
important.
Yeah. Instead of trying to perform, right? Focus on staying present. Be in the moment. Listening to each other or checking in with
I
you.
have a question.
Yeah.
Guys have like I wouldn't say like big ego, but
Okay.
guys who have ego, they will be like, I need to do this right. Like I need to
Yeah, like
Do
satisfy
guys
the
don't-
girl kind of thing, right? Yeah, I know, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they'll be like,
I
I
know
need
where
to be
you're coming
harder,
from,
or
yeah.
I need to be what? Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Actually, yeah, this actually mostly goes to the guys as well. Because, honestly, right, according to the statistic,
Mhm.
guys watch more pornography than girls these days.
Okay.
Even though the girls' percentage are rising, but still guys are like dominating the pornography industry kind of thing, you know, watches, I mean.
Okay.
So, guys, take a chill pill, alright? You can do it wrong. It's okay. It's
Yeah,
your
it's
first
okay.
time. Yeah. And you have to communicate with your partner. Make sure-
Constantly.
Constantly.
Yeah,
Even-
constantly. Even if you are doing it, you
Yeah.
still need to communicate with each other.
Yeah, constantly ask her, are you okay? Are you doing good? Even though if you are doing it, you know. So that's the real game. Like that's the real talk that we're having here right now, right here, I believe.
Yes.
So yeah, did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So just take care of
Of
your
each
loved
other, I
ones.
think.
Yeah.
Just take care of
Yeah.
each other. There's no wrong or no,
No
right
right,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then
you
drop your
you are in
ego.
this
Yeah.
together, you know.
Exactly. You shouldn't be egoistic on bed, I believe.
Yep.
You should be vulnerable enough. Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Okay. That might sound okay, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we're just putting it out, the reality, man. Right. Okay, and also use protection. Even
Yes,
if
we've
it's your
mentioned
first
it like
time.
so many times.
Please use
Please, guys, use
protection.
protection.
Like, I've talked about this. Me and Eunice were talking about this last week, like repeatedly again and again and again, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're not gonna go there.
It's our responsible to keep them reminded, you know. Yeah.
Keep them safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Protect yourself and protect your loved ones.
Yeah, exactly. That's well said, Eunice. I'm gonna put it on my Instagram story after this. Yeah. That's a good quote though. Yeah. And also your emotional aftercare is as important as protection. Alright. So even though it's your first time, you might feel a mix of emotions like excitement, confusion, guilt, closeness, or sometimes, Eunice, even nothing at all.
Yeah.
You can be like meh kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And that's normal, you know. Have a post-sex conversation.
It's important.
Very important.
If you just habis and then you
Yeah.
just leave, wow, I think
Yeah,
it's like wow,
you
super.
you used that particular person for your own pleasure and you're
Yeah,
leaving.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
I
there's
feel like a
no
tool.
connection,
Or
yeah.
he feel like a tool, you know?
Yeah. It's like a tool. You released your thing kind of thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to ask how you're feeling. All those, anything you would want different next time. Healthy intimacy includes emotional check-ins.
Yo, just care about
Yeah.
their situation. Like, how do you
Exactly.
feel?
Not just
Oh.
physical acts, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Because nowadays I've been hearing that people are just using their handphone right after their moments.
Oh my
know,
god.
They are just scrolling like on their social medias rather than having a meaningful conversation with their partner.
That is so
You guys
wrong.
are bare, like barely like wearing any clothes, and you
Oh
guys are
my
just scrolling
God.
Instagram or Twitter right after. Sorry, it's X now. Right after having those intimate moments, it doesn't make sense, right?
Please just at least hug them. I guess.
At least hug them.
Yeah,
Make
just
them
cuddle.
feel comfortable.
Yeah,
Make
yeah,
them
yeah.
feel safe.
Yes.
Make them feel that they are doing the right thing at
Yeah,
the right
yeah,
moment.
yeah. Instead of just walking away or scrolling through your phone, I guess.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all. Like, where's your emotional connection? Come on,
Yeah.
guys. And this one's vital.
Uh-huh.
Concern is ongoing. We've talked about concern last week, and concern is ongoing.
Yeah.
It's a never-ending process. All right. You can say yes and then decide it's a no while you're doing it. You know, and that's
Yeah.
okay. Your partner must respect that.
Yes, if
Find
he's
someone who
not,
respects
oh
it.
my god.
Yeah.
If he's not, then what?
Obviously you should walk off. You should just close it and walk off. Yep. And please don't care about your sexual history, etc. Those doesn't matter, okay, as long as you are being truthful, loyal and transparent enough with your with your partner.
Yeah, and also comfortable with each other.
Exactly. So I think we have talked enough about the first time facts today, Eunice.
Yeah.
And if you've got any questions or you want to learn more, please check out sculpting.com, plantparenthood.org, or even Sunway University Student Life. You can always go for free counseling there. They have been repeatedly sending emails recently.
Yeah,
the
I
students.
saw.
Yeah. So please use our Sunway University Student Life facilities and their services as well.
Yes.
All right. So I'm your RJKK and this was Behind Closed Tabs, First Time Facts. And till next time, stay safe, stay informed, and above all, stay true to you. And thank you, Eunice.
Okay.
All right. See you again. Bye.
Good morning, Sunway students, staff, and listeners from beyond. You're tuning in to Fillet O Friday on Sun4U Radio. Welcome to Across the Causeway, the segment where we talk about the life, laughs, and lessons of students adjusting to a new culture as they move to study on campus.
I'm Jane from Petaling Jaya, Malaysia,
And I'm Joy from Singapore.
and we're here to unpack the real student experiences from someone across the causeway. Let's all give a warm welcome to our special guest today, Vinny.
Yay! Welcome!
Thank you so much for letting me over here.
Thank you for coming now. So how did you come here? Did you drive?
No, I had a class before, so yeah, I walked. I stay nearby.
Stay nearby.
Yeah.
Okay. Could you introduce yourself for us?
Yeah, sure. Also, before that, thank you so much for inviting me today. And yeah, myself Vinny, and as citizen-wise, I'm an Indian, but I'm born and brought up in Saudi Arabia. Then I stayed half of my childhood in Dubai, which is also known as UAE. And now from last 9 years, I'm staying in Oman. And then now, yeah, from last 6 years, I'm in Malaysia as well.
So that's how many countries is that you stayed
Whoa.
in?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like Malaysia. If you consider from traveling, Malaysia, I love traveling, and Malaysia is my 21st country.
21st
First
country.
country, yes.
Wow, that's actually a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe let's go back to the beginning, because 21 countries. Wow,
Yes.
I can never imagine that. So maybe you can share us about how your upbringing was. You are born and brought up in Saudi Arabia and Dubai. And
Yes.
Dubai.
So yeah, Saudi Arabia. Like from my childhood, I have an Arabic birth certificate. So later, I had to translate it to English when I was shifting to my university. So yeah, Saudi Arabia, I have a very wide background of Arab culture, where I was continuously between the Arabic, Islam culture and all those things. Then I shifted to the very big section of Dubai. It's equal to a partying kind of place. Then now from last 9 years, I'm in Oman. Yeah, and now I'm in Sunway. But before coming to Sunway, I did my first bachelor's in Monash, Australia. And I came here to Malaysia in Monash. I did biomedical science.
Wow.
I finished
Wow.
graduation. Then after that, I realized I'm not happy on doing what I'm doing. So I was like, no, I need to do what makes me happy. And I'm very particular in what makes me happy. So I decided to sacrifice another 3 more years for my next degree.
So that's why you're in
Communication now,
Wow,
yes.
that's a huge change.
Biomedical science.
Biomedical science, and then communications. That's
Yes.
a entirely different field,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
So Vinny, can you tell us a bit about your what is your religion basically? Sorry.
Okay, actually, I'm a
I don't know.
Christian.
Honest word,
I
alright.
don't know. I don't know how to ask that question.
It's okay, no problem. I'm Christian.
You're Christian.
Christian.
Yes.
And how was it like you stayed in very Islamic countries?
Yes.
Is that something tough, and how did you face that?
Back 20 years back in Saudi Arabia, it was very tough. Actually, we from girls after age of 11 and 12, even if we are not a Muslim, we were supposed to wear niqab, we need to wear the abaya, we need to wear that Islamic traditional dress,
Right.
even if a woman is going out, even if it is a kid above 8 years. But now, as the Saudi Arabia rules have changed, now it's a bit more modern. Even in Saudi Arabia, other than with your dad or brother, you're not allowed to sit in the car as a passenger seat. We need to sit at the back. So few
Wow.
rules were there in Saudi Arabia. But Dubai, yeah, as you all know, that it's like a happening country,
Yes.
and everything was so open. So religion barrier wasn't there.
Hmm.
Yeah. So when I came to Malaysia, I felt like, I went back to Saudi as well, because I could hear that halal, non-halal things and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now you're staying in Malaysia to study communications here, which is also an Islamic country.
Yes.
And since you are kind of used to it, could you tell us maybe why you chose Malaysia instead of other
All
countries?
right. So, in as I'm an Indian citizen, I did only my high school, which is 2 years back in India. So I really didn't wanted to do any work or my universities in India. So I wanted to go out. That's when I chose Australia, Monash.
Right.
And as I said before, after the Monash, all the dramas going on,
Yeah.
then I chose like Sunway, because I went to a lot of universities in Malaysia, but none of the universities, I know that it's so bad to say, but it didn't impress me. But the moment I came to Sunway, the IO office, I was like, even before the brief they gave me, I was like, this is the place I want to be.
Right.
So that's when I came here, and that's what I chose Malaysia as well. Because for me, my long time goal is to get a PR, and also in a European country like Scotland or Finland. So before going there for my masters, I wanted a culture change. So I thought Malaysia can help me explore more places. Parallelly, I can travel a lot. So yeah, Malaysia,
Yeah, so-
based to travel, I chose Malaysia.
That's a great. I think it's a great choice. I think amazing choice.
Might be biased, but-
fantastic choice. Come to Malaysia.
Yeah.
So, could I ask a little bit about? So you didn't exactly choose. You wanted to come to Malaysia or the university. So you chose the uni first or the country first, actually.
I chose the country first because I
okay.
wanted to travel.
Right.
That's when I
see.
started looking at like, okay, the first country, then the universities I chose.
Did you know
yeah.
that there was a Monash here in Malaysia?
Yeah,
'Cause we're
because from Australia I came to Monash, Malaysia Monash, because in
Oh,
Australia I
did,
spent
okay.
around 6 months. Then I came here during the COVID time
Oh,
because I had some research project. So I came here and I could not travel back because the borders were closed because of COVID and all.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Australia at the time they changed a lot of their rules to travel back.
Yes,
Yeah.
so they cancelled my visa.
Oh.
So I didn't have an option either to go back to my home country or continue in Monash. So I chose to continue in Monash. Then after my graduation, I applied for work and all. That's when I realized, to be honest, I don't know anything. I'm like, I don't know anything. I don't know how to work in labs. I was feeling so this thing. I mean, like, I don't want to play with human. I'm like, it's so hard. I
Right,
don't want to do that.
Mm.
That's when I'm like, Dad, I need to give a second chance. And he's like, prove me you're right. I said, yeah, give me 1 year.
Wow.
I'll prove that I'm right. Then I did. I proved
Wow.
it.
I like that. I like
Wow,
that.
I like that
You like that?
mentality. You clearly are very educated. You
Yeah.
love education.
Yes.
Maybe obviously you did biomedical,
Yeah.
and then now you're in communications. Maybe you
Yes.
can share like how difficult it was to transition even in the course. Plus you in a different country.
All right. So as there's two questions, I'll say the first thing, like transition of the countries. If I take Arab countries, is mostly English. They teach us in English, not in
Oh, they
Arabic.
do as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, it's not more efficient enough. They just give us. They don't. The lectures and the teachers are not that much, knowledgeable or educated or anything. So, and also in Arab countries, as a woman, they only study like until high school or something, and the government will sponsor you to go abroad and study. And it's not
Oh,
necessary a
wow.
woman need to learn in Arab countries, so it's not something very important. But back in India, the reason I didn't wanted to study back in India was because outside it's more digital. Yes, India is the highest literacy country, but over there what we do is still now we do assignments in papers and stuff. We write 15 to 16 pages of assignments, right, with your
Wow,
hand.
right, like
Yeah,
no laptop.
No,
right.
yes, no
okay.
gadgets at all. We have classes from 9 to 5 every day, including Saturdays. So back
Saturdays, wow.
back in India, that's how it works. Yeah, and we have this, over here there's a system like if you don't pass a subject, you need to retake it.
Right.
And you need to pass, then only your visa will be renewed and all those things will happen. But back in India, it's not like that. We have this 25 to 30 subjects, and if you don't pass,
25 to 30.
yes, like yeah,
25.
25 to 30. So like if you compare all our 3 years, like every semester we have 4 subjects. So for them it's not like semester, it's like continuous 3 years. And if you don't pass a subject, end of the year you have this kind of system like supply. So most of the students back in India say, I have 15 supplies, I have 20 supplies. So like they need to literally write down that 15 papers, then only they graduate. So many things like that was there. So yeah, it is more cheaper as an Indian citizen to study over there. But I chose to do this. First is to travel, and the second is the education is much more easier. Yeah, and after coming here, I start marketing Sunway, and including my sister, and I made her come
Right.
here. So she started her studies last
she
semester.
Oh, you have a sister.
I have a sister
younger
and a
sister.
brother. I have a sister,
And-
brother,
and
both.
she started here in Sunway
Yes.
because of you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I've met a lot of people that their siblings, like our classmate as well. Ryuta, his sister, just joined communications as well. So that means there's something good in this school, right?
Yes,
that people
yes.
keep coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess there's a certain appeal to international students. I don't know. I guess local students will view Sunway differently from international. Both of
Maybe,
you are
yeah.
international, so I think in Malaysia, it's interesting to hear that Sunway is viewed as like a uni with like one of the top unis with so many good options.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean to
And
me
it is actually because the environment over here is so friendly, to be honest.
I
Because
agree.
I went to a lot of universities. I don't want to take out the name, but I went a lot of universities in Malaysia itself to check, okay, where should I continue my studies? Where should I
Right.
take my second bachelor's? And I was not having a welcoming environment in none of the universities. So I was like, oh my God. And coming from science background, I thought, okay, it might be hard. But, to be honest, when I was in Monash, the whole day I was in front of laptop. But in Sunway, I'm like, the end of the day, I just need to spend 3 or 4 hours to get done with my work. It was so
Yeah,
simple. My life became so simple and so peaceful that to a point where I had time for myself. And I felt like the teachers, the lectures over here are so friendly, like to a point where till now, I never felt any kind of negative this thing from the lectures. They're so welcoming, they're so understanding. I'm like, hands off to the lectures.
Shout out
Wow,
to the
yeah.
lecturers.
Wow.
Wow.
Shout out to
We have
Sunway
a question
lecturers.
in the comments actually.
Alright.
Someone's asking. Brand is asking whether devices aren't allowed in the classroom. So I think what he's referring to is in India, were devices not allowed?
No, devices are not allowed.
Whoa.
Even
at the university level.
yeah,
you mean?
even not even in university, in schools, not at all.
What, an iPad to write notes?
No, we take
No.
notebooks and we write notes. Like if you have
Wow.
5 subjects, 5 textbooks, we have a 5 workbook and a 5 notebook.
Wow.
Imagine in my high school for my maths, I used 15 notebooks.
15.
You
15
keep all the
notebooks.
books?
Yes,
Yeah.
because
Wow.
end of the year we have exams for
Yeah.
chapter 1. From chapter 1 to chapter 10 or 15, we have all this thing for the exam. So we are not allowed. Even if you have phone, like if you need to contact your parents or something, you need to submit your gadgets in the office. Then only you can enter the class.
It's very strict. It's very
Yes.
traditional. And
Yes.
do you prefer that or you prefer the Malaysian?
I prefer this one more. But
Okay.
till now, if you guys have noticed, in the entire classroom, I'm the only one who's taking notes in the book.
Right, I do notice that
Yeah.
actually. Like
Oh,
we are
wow.
always on our laptop
Yes.
writing
Yeah,
notes, and you
a
write
good point.
notes.
That's
Yeah,
a good, it helps.
because-
Some people appear in our class without even anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know?
they so massive, they are coming to watch a movie. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, someone just like bringing their phone in class
Yeah.
and then we're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
did
come
you
on,
bring
Josh,
anything?
yeah.
Come on.
that's true. But like, because for me, my hands are more speeder when I write than typing. So that's the first main thing. And the second thing, I can, save my eyes from saving more screen time than anyway, I'll spend screen time back home. So it's better,
Right.
when I'm in class, it's better I don't use my laptops or anything so that, my eyes will be kind of okay. Yeah.
You feel like I won't feel too tired when you come home.
Yes. Yeah, and also when you write with your hands, according to psychology, with your fingertips, it directly the nerves go to your brain. So it stores into your
Oh.
brain. Yeah.
I am
Maybe that's why
very
we-
impressed with that. I'm gonna
Maybe
go
that's why
research.
we write from young. That should be a good reason.
There might be a
that
reason.
should be a point. That I think Malaysia trying to transition a lot. The
all
governments,
e-learning
yeah,
and-
yeah, the government schools are trying to transition, but maybe they shouldn't. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, and I do realize that when I write, I remember things easier. So if I
Yes.
have an exam, I actually don't use my laptop. I have my notes on my laptop, but I write it out.
Same.
Then it's so easy to remember.
I do. Like, even I have, things to do, the list,
Yeah.
I make during weekends or the whole day, and I put it in my notice board, I write it down. I cannot I don't have any kind of notes in my laptop because I cannot do that. It doesn't store in my brain. I
Right.
thought it was the way my brain processes, but now I understand that's how a nervous system processes.
I
Wow.
see.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay, to be honest, I got no preference, but anyway.
Okay.
but-
Yeah, but my sister say that it's an old school. She calls me as an old school person, but I'm
Old
like,
school,
it's not
ah.
about millennial or old school. It's like how my
It's a
brain
preference.
processes.
It's a
Yes,
preference.
Yeah, preference.
at some point.
And
As
now-
long as you do your things,
Yeah.
it's good to go.
Yes. Of
Yeah.
course. So now, Vinny, we want to talk a bit about you coming to Malaysia.
Yeah.
I know you live in many countries, but I
Yes.
don't think we can focus on all the countries.
Yeah.
So let's focus just on Malaysia. So in
Yes.
terms of, say, let's start with like the food. So
Mhm.
how did you find Malaysian food? Obviously, you should be quite familiar because a lot of it's still Muslim Arabic food.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It is good, but what attracted me over here is the local foods. The local food to a point where, like back in my home country or Oman or whichever country you take. I don't
The
wanna
21
take
countries?
Yeah, the 20 of the 21.
yeah, whichever country you take, yes, they do have this local system. I have been to Singapore, I have been to Thailand as well. They have this local food system. Back in Oman, they don't have that. We need to go
Right.
to the restaurants, we need to go to the cafes and all. We don't have that street food kind of culture
Oh,
where we
really?
enjoy. Over here, what I felt is so much interesting to a point where after class, back there, they say, okay, let's have a coffee and let's do group discussion. That's it. But over here, it's not like that.
Yeah.
After the class, the first thing last week also, I was hearing from her, like, you say some makan or something, right?
Oh
For
yeah,
Monday?
yeah. We wanted to go to like, I don't know. We have like some random plans. Wanted to go to IKEA to
Yeah.
eat meatballs. If not, it's Village Park to eat nasi lemak. I think it's how people bond here. I think.
Yeah, I think, after the class, when your lecturer is like, okay, that's it for the day, the first word I hear from background is these
Makan.
things. Yeah, let's go for makan. I'm like, okay, it
Yeah.
took few days for me to understand makan means food.
Okay,
But
yeah.
yeah, now I understand. I'm like, so I like how they are into food because I'm a very good foodie. I love to eat different kind of food and stuff, even though I have few restrictions in food.
Yes.
But still, I love to try food. So over here, the food, my favorite one is nasi lemak, and
amazing choice.
Yes, the like I
Our
just
national dish.
love it.
Yeah.
But the amazing thing over there in nasi lemak itself, you have different kind of categories.
Yes.
My friends, they take me to different places. Recently, I went to Rawang. I tried nasi
Really?
lemak.
Rawang? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I tried the nasi lemak over there. I can see the difference.
What was
Like
in the
from-
nasi lemak in this one?
Okay, I don't know how to explain it.
You don't know.
but-
Oh.
I don't know how to explain it, but they just, they folded the entire nasi lemak in the leaf and they were tying it and giving. So I was literally
Oh, it's
opening
it's a
it.
very traditional.
Yeah.
I'm
style.
hungry
Yeah,
now.
that's a very. Vinny, you should try. We John mentioned Village Park. You should try that nasi lemak. Have you tried it?
I don't think so.
That one is the
Yeah.
best in Malaysia.
All
Confirm,
right.
100%.
I'll
You can bring
try.
her.
Yeah,
Yes.
100% the best. Don't listen to anyone
Sure,
else.
sure.
I mean,
I'll
debatable,
try
but
No, it's
okay.
100%. No, there's no
Okay,
debate on
okay.
that one.
Talking about food, we let's talk about some language slangs. Do you have
Yes.
any slangs you learned so
Yeah,
far?
I mean,
Yes.
Malaysia. We have the 3 languages. It must be. You
Yeah,
learn a lot.
I heard like okay, of course this makan, this thing was new for me, but this la word was
Yes.
so this thing for me because I was thinking, what is this la word? Because when I was having group discussions or my friends texting in the group, they add this okay la, and you guys, the another thing is you double words. When I was working
Double.
here, I was
Double.
working in waterfront management office
Right.
Okay.
as resident assistant. So
oh, really? Huh?
when the guest or customers or whoever is coming, they will like when we say something, they're like, can la.
Okay,
la.
can.
So
Oh, I-
after the 6 month I staying here, I went back home and I was talking something to my dad, and my dad is like, why are you repeating your words?
You're like learning it as you go,
Yeah.
right?
So that's something I
Wow,
like it
that's
so much.
interesting. I didn't even realize that we just do the double wording.
Yeah.
I don't know where that comes from. I don't know which.
Can.
I think,
Okay,
I think that's Malaysian. I don't know if that comes from.
Singaporeans do that too. It's a Singlish
Alright.
language
Yeah,
thing.
it's like a South Asian.
But
Yeah.
now I cannot. When I go back to Oman or something, if somebody asks me, I'm like, yeah, sure, can. It's not like,
Can.
yes, I can. I'm just saying can.
It's
That's it.
It's kind of like confirming the first can. It's like can.
yeah. It's like we have to like
Yeah.
be firm that yes
Yeah,
can,
yes.
and then a second can.
Yes. Yes.
So interesting. I've never realized it until she pointed it out.
So what's your favorite slang that you've heard so far?
First thing is this can. Doubling the word. It's not
Doubling
only
word.
can,
Yeah, isn't-
but it's just doubling the word. And this la has different kind of sound tone. It depends. When you
Yes.
go to a restaurant, the la is a different tone. And if you see a person like, okay la, okay la, something like
Yeah.
different kind of tone is there. So it's so exciting. Even in class, when I see different people talking, I listen. I'm like, more than I talk, I listen how like I observe a lot, like how they talk and how they tally the words. It's so amazing. I like it.
Actually, can you speak more? How many languages can you speak?
Oh, yeah, I was about to ask that. I was
Yeah.
like 21 countries.
Around 5 languages I speak.
Ooh.
Five and a half.
Fluent.
What are
Yes.
what are the 5 languages?
Of course, English. My
English.
mother tongue is Malayalam.
Sorry,
it's
what's it
sim-
called?
Mandiyam?
Sorry.
Malayalam.
Ooh, I never
It-
heard of that.
yeah, I've
I've
never
Yeah,
heard of it.
it's
Sorry.
in South India near Tamil Nadu. There's a state called Kerala. So I'm
Ooh,
from there. So we
okay.
talk Malayalam, which is
Wow.
similar to Tamil.
Could you understand a Tamil? You can.
I know Tamil. I can speak fluently and I understand Tamil very well.
That's the
Three
third one.
language-
So
three-
Tamil,
yeah.
Okay.
Then I understand Arabic.
Arabic, of course.
Yeah. Then I understand Telugu, Marathi, which is basically in India we have 28 states, and in 28
Wow.
states we have 28 different languages.
Yeah.
But the
Wow.
good thing is we understand each other's language.
That's
Wow.
amazing. Actually.
Yeah.
So it's really similar, like how Bahasa Indonesia is similar
Yes,
to Bahasa
yeah,
Malaysia.
Yeah, similar
Ah.
to like that.
Wow, that's
And
something
also
to
like
do.
quite
I know
different, yeah.
Hindi and Urdu, which is 7 and 8.
Yeah,
Hindi and
I was
Urdu is
gonna ask
similar
actually.
because for high school we have second language, so we need to
Ah.
take Hindi, Sanskrit, or French. So
French?
yeah, we
French?
have French. Some
Just
universities,
it's
some
pretty random.
schools have French. Yeah, so it's good. So I know how to write and read also Hindi.
Wow.
So,
Oh, that's
yeah.
a
That's
life like
impressive. That's a
your
lot of
CV
language.
must be stacked in the
Yeah.
language section,
Kinda.
right?
It's like not only language, my certification section is also very full. I'm like, how can I fit everything in one page of my
Yeah.
CV?
Right, right.
It's so
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, I know what you mean, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
okay.
hard.
Joy would understand.
I know what you mean.
Do you ever find ever mix up the languages sometimes because they're all like
Similar.
Similar in a way?
No, I kind
No,
of
you can
not.
really
But
dis-
you know, Tamil and Malayalam and Urdu and Hindi is quite of similar.
Mm.
So only people who know these languages can understand who they are talking. But if an outsider listens, they will be like,
Ooh.
yeah, it is kind of similar.
Have you met anyone else in Malaysia who speaks your your mother tongue?
Few, very few.
Oh, really? Okay.
Very
so,
few.
So there are a few. Definitely.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
But I have seen some Malaysian Indians understand Malayalam.
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's quite interesting.
Yes.
Never even knew that. Now this is an interesting question I have actually that I've always thought about. Cause just bear with me here.
Okay, I'll bear with you.
Yeah,
sure.
so- And so
Mentally
it will sound a bit strange. Like, but what language do you, when you're in your brain when you're talking to yourself, that
Right.
inner voice when you're thinking, what language do you
What's
think?
in your brain? What language
Because
is it?
you speak like 5 languages.
For me, of course, it will be Malayalam. Okay,
Okay.
if it depends on the scenario, because
Okay.
from childhood I'm so used to talking English. Even at
Mhm.
my home is also sometimes English. So most of the time it comes as English. But you know, if you wanna curse someone inside your brain,
Yes.
it
yes.
my mother tongue comes out.
Mm.
Or if something like that, also mother tongue comes out most of the time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because you know, for me it's mainly English, but you say it depends on scenario. Sometimes I do
Yes.
math in Chinese
Mm.
because
Right,
I
yeah,
learned
that's
it in
something
Chinese.
I
Yeah.
have seen my Japanese friends taking notes in Japanese language. I'm like, wow, I cannot do that. I
Also-
cannot take it in Malayalam, but yeah.
You take it in English. Huh?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. But sometimes we have this, as you guys have Manglish, we also have this kind of Manglish system. When we text, we mix Malayalam and English. So when
Oh.
lecturers say something,
Yeah.
and if I don't get the proper English word, I write it in Manglish. So I'm like, okay, fine,
Oh.
I understand. Yeah.
I see.
That's quite
I
interesting.
see.
Yeah.
So clearly, you have a lot of experience in different countries, and I'm pretty sure that I'm an international student. I can
Yes.
understand.
Yeah.
Has there been a time where you kind of felt out of place in the country you were living in? Maybe let's focus it on Malaysia for now.
All right.
Mm.
Yes, at some point, yes. But over here, what I felt like, because my appearance looks like I am Malaysian Indian, most of the people come and tell me like, oh, you're international? We didn't know that you're international. So it looks like that. But yeah, at some point, of course, when you don't know Malay, it depends. Because when I am traveling to like, last year I went to Seconchen, Terengganu, that side. So they don't know English much. So my friends who was there around me from Brunei and Malaysians and all, they were the person who was communicating. So I felt that language barrier is there at some point, but also this is so multicultural place. Even though if you don't know something, people are there to help you. That's like I never felt stuck over here.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
one
true.
or the other hands are always there to help me out.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I think it is people sometimes have a perception of Malaysians, right? So But generally speaking, like you always see an example I always have is like when you have a sort of a car accident on the side on the side of the highway, you get so many people stopping for you.
Yeah, everyone
Yes.
All
stops.
the time. Especially
Yes.
what I noticed personally is especially the younger Malay people.
Yeah.
Very like a lot of them are Grab drivers, and I see a lot of them will stop for you. Like a lot of them will, and I think that's
Moreover, they're so respectful.
yeah.
Like last day, I was talking to my friend to a point where I was sitting in the cafe and I was just observing. A bunch of students were passing by, but I saw a group of Malaysian guys, and those are the only guys who said thank you to the person who gave the coffee. I was
Wow.
like, even I didn't say thank you. I was like, wow, they're so respectful. I mean,
Yeah.
they're so grateful. I was like, I need to learn something new. Yeah.
Wow.
And for you, Vinny, what did you find was the hardest, was the biggest obstacle or the biggest challenge you had when you came to Malaysia?
Over here, okay, of course, the transport, because this is my personal opinion, because I'm very scared to take LRT and BRT.
Oh,
Agreed.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, I never, like, all this April, it will be 6 years I'm in Malaysia.
Wow.
And you've never taken the LRT.
Only thrice. In the 6
Okay.
years, only thrice. And all these 3 times I went with a huge group of friends.
Right.
I'm so scared. Yes, I can barely take BRT, but I'm so scared to take LRT. Maybe, it's my own scared thing that I'm scared to try new things. Or maybe, the language and the reading things and stuff. So I'm like a bit kind of scared. So that was something very thing I'm still fighting with. But yeah.
So are you worried that you get off at the wrong station?
Yes,
You,
yes.
Yeah, I have that
you
fear
misunderstand
too.
announcements and
Yes,
stuff. Okay.
very much, very much.
And
Well,
you-
I suppose our system is not as organized as maybe Singapore's one, so maybe fair.
yeah, I
it's
think
fair.
so because I've experienced the best of Singapore, and
Oh, the
when I went to
best-
Japan, I was
the-
really impressed as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that obviously it's in Singapore, not everyone has like a driving license. Compared to Malaysia, I think everyone that I know when they hit 17 years old they have a driving license, and I think that's
At least
the same for
we will try to get a driving
India,
license.
right?
India, yes. After 18, everybody has license. Even me, I wanted to convert my license to international over here, but I stay nearby, so license is not a necessity. But I do have 4-wheeler and 2-wheeler license.
I see.
Yeah.
All right, so we're like running out of time.
No
Our
problem.
Producer is cutting us short. I'm so
Yes,
sorry.
it's
Vinny.
okay.
So maybe we can just end with would you have any advice for
Yeah,
international students
advice.
coming here?
Okay,
To Malaysia,
advice.
yeah,
Okay,
advice, yeah.
advice means that which parallelly I'm getting older to give you guys advice, but still, yes, I accept it. First thing, only 2 advice I'll say is like, first thing, do what makes you happy. And yes, of course, you need to adopt things, whatever is around you. And here we are to study and just explore. You need to do what you need to do. That's the only thing you need to keep in the mind every day. And yeah, always do something that motivates your career. Do something for your career each day. I trust that, because I am a millennial, but I'm not saying that Gen Zs are here, that and this. But I will say, if you can do at least one thing a day for your career, trust me, it will support your career and your job very nicely. Yeah, you
Okay.
spend your time while doing some certified courses and stuff, it will support your CV. Focus more on your career than the temporary enjoyments over here.
Thank you so much for coming, Winnie.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Vinny.
Taking the time here. Come again. I think it was
Sure.
we learned a lot of things
I think
actually.
we have a
My
lot more to
pleasure,
talk
my
about.
21
pleasure.
countries.
Maybe we can
Yes.
maybe we can do the other show, Unscripted.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
my pleasure, anytime.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. So this is Across the Causeway, Sun4U Radio. My name is Joy,
My name is Jane.
and don't go anywhere. We're going for a short break.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go through the wasteland. turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Hello and good afternoon, Sunway. No? Hello? Okay. Hello and good afternoon, Sunway. You're listening to Fillet O Friday only on Sun4U Radio, the brightest campus radio. Hi guys, it's Eunice here. And the show you're tuning in is Hot Take Highway, where I bring you the fastest and freshest campus news ride with no speed limits. Okay, so starting out, we have something to cheer you up. The Tun Hussein on Sunway Library is in collaboration with Counseling and Wellness by Student Life. The Tun Hussein on Sunway Library, in collaboration with Counseling and Wellness by Student Life, is hosting an exhibition called Cultivating Joy. This exhibition is based on the book Happiness, Mastering the 5 Gs. Now guys, if you are curious like me, you are probably wondering what the 5 Gs are. And no, it's not a 5G on your phone to help you surf the internet. So if you want to find out more, head to level G of the Tun Hussein on Sunway Library anytime from now until the 16th of June. More info over on our highway highlight on Instagram at Sun4U Official. Okay, so remember that I mentioned about those 5 G's of happiness. Well, if you are really curious, there will be a talk by the author of the book himself. Yes, that's right. So Professor Alvin Ng will be at the Kuala Lumpur International Book Fair on the 25th of May from 2 to 3 p.m. to speak about his book, Happiness Mastering the 5 G's for an Enhanced You. The talk will be held at Republika Merah, Tun Razak Hall 3 at the Kuala Lumpur World Trade Center, so don't miss it. Okay, following up, we have a hearty congratulations to our Sunway table tennis team for winning the Monash University Table Tennis Championship 2025. So, congratulations to them! Yay! And Sun4U Radio wishes you all the best in the future tournaments. Okay, next up we have the installment in the Sir Jeffrey Cha Distinguished Speakers series is here. This time, Professor John Todd, Jeffrey Cha Fellow of Medicine, will be speaking on the immune system and reducing the risk of dementia. So did I already mention it? Will be happening on the Thursday, the 29th of May. So how about that? It will be from 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the rooftop terrace at Graduate Center. And yeah, I'm just kidding. I didn't mention that before. So, yep. If you're interested, just go to our highway highlight on Instagram. Okay, so I know you are probably thinking, enough about talks. I have my classes and lectures to go to every day, but listen up everyone. Do you want to win some cool stuff? So I bet this caught your attention. Well, Taylor and Francis is hosting a quiz for students about life, earth, and environmental sciences. And by answering it, you could win exciting prizes. So the quiz is running until the 30th of June, so don't waste any more time. Same, head over to our highway highlight on Instagram. And I wish you a good luck. So maybe Jean can go join the quiz? Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about some fun activities, but now it's time to get some serious. Just get serious for a moment. Imagine the unthinkable. Your loved one struggling to breathe, choking, and then collapsing. In that moment, every second counts, and you must respond quickly. That is why Sunway Student Life, in collaboration with the School of Medical and Life Sciences, is hosting a basic life support workshop. For a subsidized fee of 100 ringgit, you can learn CPR, choking rescue, and AED use, and even get a certificate of proficiency. The workshop will be held on Saturday, the 24th of May from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the School of Medical and Life Sciences. So hurry up and don't miss out, as there are only 30 spaces, so it's a first come first serve base. Priority will be given to student leaders of the Sports Club and Sports Council. You can find more info at our highway highlight on Instagram at Sun4U Official. Okay, so Sun4U Radio conveys our best wishes to our student athletes competing at the MAP National Powerlifting Championships 2025. So go Team Sunway! Let's go! And okay, that is all from our Hot Take Highway. I'm Eunice. And this is all for this week's Fillet O Friday. Tune in next week to feast on more talks, giggles, and music here at the Fillet O Friday on Sun4U Radio. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Sun4U Official for more content such as this. And with that, have a nice day everyone and goodbye. Thank you for tuning in, guys.
Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't